Hello everyone, this is my Killer Marathon, a series where I invite my friends to come and watch and play a game as Killer, and with me today is my good friend rudrud85, also known as Rud for short in some of his closer friend circles, but you'll probably have to call him rudrud85 because he hates it when people leave out the 85. How are all three of them? Yeah, this is nuts. Speaking of off to a good start, straight away I had a question for you that this isn't my question, this comes from the people. I let people know that I was going to be doing this and asked them if they had any questions for anyone when I interviewed them. And the main burning question for you is just how handsome are you? Like, I'm wondering, it's not just me, like we're all wondering, does your handsomeness know bounds?
I don't even know what to say.
Alright, well, look, we'll come back to that one then. Don't dead hard me, thank you. Alright, so, my first actual question is, well, can you tell me about when you first started playing DBD? How'd you first hear about it?
Yeah, so... First started playing DBD, what are we now? August. Like, it would have been a
Doesn't
year
have
and a
to
half
be that
ago?
specific. Okay, good. I thought you were going to be like, on this stage.
Oh yeah, no, looking for the date. Let me get my receipt and have a look. No, it was about a year and a half ago, and I came over with Becca Jane, and Chloe, Clo. We didn't have Froy come over, his name's Finn. We were playing a lot of Friday the 13th, and then we just sort of transitioned into playing DBD. It's kind of like the arch rival of Friday the 13th was DBD, and the DBD was Friday the 13th. So we kind of just thought we'd give it. Well, I think Beck and Chloe gave it a go, and then I was like, all right, I'll go and get it and start playing it, and here we are now.
Nice.
Yeah.
What were your first impressions of the game?
It was definitely a good break because I was playing Friday the 13th religiously, like every day. So it was a nice break to have a new game. But first impressions was that it was this darker sort of version of Friday the 13th, and even still is completely different because in Friday the 13th it's 7 people versus 1, whereas it's 4 versus 1. But it has its own unique challenges between each killer, I think, which is, nice. But Friday the 13th had that as well, but not as
like different
Jasons,
but
yeah. But this was, I found this just to be really fun straight off the bat. Some simple concepts to understand, fix the generators and escape. But it proved to be quite difficult, more so.
I think sometimes it still proves to be quite difficult having played with you.
Yeah, well, okay, yeah, I mean, no, it is definitely one of those games that's certainly unpredictable. Even if you think you're smashing it, and then all of a sudden you get hammered, so, yeah, it's definitely a way more challenging survival horror game than Friday the 13th, I think. So yeah, I think it's just sort of dark agey game.
Yeah. When would you say DBD was at its best for you?
Well, this is its 4th year now, and I've only sort of been playing it for a year and a half. So I don't know what it was like before that, obviously, but I guess for me it would have been like when we first started playing it, because when you get used to a game and then updates come out and they fix things or they break things, it kind of hinders or improves the experience, so you sort of don't know what you're going to get. So I guess for me, at its peak would have been about maybe a year ago.
Okay.
For me, because it was we were playing it for a couple of months, and that seemed to be when a lot of people were playing it as well. Not that a lot of people don't play it now, a lot of people still do, but it was... yeah, there's just a lot of people that were playing at the time when we got on there.
So would you say that was like your favorite time to play DBD was right when you first started playing?
Yeah, I'd say so because you don't know what you're up against, and you don't know what you're trying to do, or trophies and certain things. Like it was just a more exciting time.
Yeah, true. Like not knowing every detail of the game makes it a bit more exciting.
Yeah, I think that the further you get involved into it, like the more into the game you get, then it sort of loses that. I guess that surprise element. I guess. Like,
Yeah, that's true. Almost like it definitely. I know with Dead by Daylight in particular, a lot of people say it loses any kind of scare factor as you learn about the game and you realize that survivors are what they're capable of.
Oh,
yeah,
nice.
in terms of bullying the shit out of the killer, like this.
Well, that too, yeah.
How the trap has been useless. I am the worst fucking trapper in the world. Okay.
How are they? They're not gonna struggle, are they? No.
No, I got giant grasp. So, anyways, what do you think of DBD now? How do you feel about Dead by Daylight? Like the state of it as it is now?
Well, funny, it actually kind of comes back to sort of like you saying, like, what's been the peak of DBD for you. And I know I was saying like the earlier times where I didn't know the game that much was the best time, and I think it was that element which was a good thing for me. But I think now that I think about it, now is probably the peak of DBD for me because you got all these different killers to choose from and all these other survivors, and there's all these different perks and everything. So I don't know whether having too much of a good thing is a bad thing, but it certainly gives you range and options. So I think the state of it right now is, especially with crossplay now.
Yeah, true.
Speeding up the game.
Yeah. Oh, you're gone.
Oh no, I was just gonna say, speeding up the game's, matchmaking process.
Yeah.
Because that was the biggest killer. No pun intended. That was the biggest killer of this game, was that you just had to spend like 20 minutes waiting for a game. And not only that, waiting for a game to then go in and get tunneled by a killer, or camped. It was just, that was like becoming to a point where you didn't want to play the game anymore. But yeah, I think now with crossplay, like if you get tunneled, it's sort of it still will piss you off, but you can at least go, alright, well, I'll just play another game because it won't take that long to do another game.
True. So you'd say like better matchmaking and more variety in different ways to play the game, from characters and like perks and all that stuff. Is why DBD is the best it's been as far as you're concerned.
I'd say so. Yeah. Like, I mean, I think now they're finally doing a good job. It took a while, but yeah, I think it's definitely there now, where you don't have to wait long for games. You have more choices. Challenges keep players playing as different killers or survivors, and breaks up the. Yeah, so I think it's definitely at a good place right now. I mean, there's obviously still things that I think need to be fixed. I can't think off the top of my head by what things they would be, but you still come across every game. There's like still one aspect where it's like, why did it, like running through a door and then going to jump into, vault a window, but you end up jumping into a locker. It's like, I'm not even looking at that shit. Like, why is that happening? I think like things like that probably need to be looked at, but I mean, that happens not very often. So if it happens, it happens. Oh, there she was.
That scared me. I'm not gonna lie. I had a feeling that would work. Anyways, next question. This is like the last main question. What do you think of the Dead by Daylight community?
Well, there are very strong aspects on on each side. There's a very toxic community, and then there's a very supportive community, I think. And I think it's rare that you see the supportive side of things. Like you see people saying, "Hey, sorry about that. Matchmaking sucks," or for the matchmaking
but
wins.
you
Like
being positive is apologizing. Like you've just.
Oh
been
yeah,
bullied.
I know, right? That's yeah. You get bullied, and people will be like, "Oh, sorry, I didn't realize." Like there might be like a rank 1 survivor or versus a baby killer. Oh, they found Hatch.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, so I guess it's just like you have a very toxic side to the community, which everyone knows about. But there is, there are a lot of decent players out there that, are nice, genuine people and supportive and whatnot. But overall, I think everyone sort of like has their own little group because there's no like one place where you can all go and just hang out because there's always going to be an asshole there. There's going to be a dickhead there type of thing. So I think like we all have our own groups and
our own little safe spaces.
Yeah, I guess, yeah. So
this is just like to end it off. Very last question. Why do you keep playing DBD? / what is wrong with you?
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
It's become apparent recently that I find that I have a very competitive nature in gaming, which I sort of never really thought about until recently. But I come on to play with you guys. Like I play with you and Beck and Chloe and Froy. This is my place of hangout. I don't go out on the weekends with friends that I have at work or in real life because it's just I don't enjoy going out to do that kind of stuff. I just enjoy hanging out here, talking to you guys, and having fun. And DBD for me, it's just like I don't know what it is that keeps me coming back to DBD. It's like it just seems to be that game for me. Like,
yeah, I don't think anyone knows.
No, like I think you can have. There's a satisfaction of having a good game, I think. There's a high level of satisfaction of having a good game with DBD. And I think there's that thought in the back of your head that, you play it and you're sort of wanting that moment to happen and it just never comes. But when it does happen, it's like, good.
I think
now I can go to bed.
Now I can go to bed. I'm no longer trapped.
Yeah.
No longer held hostage. I definitely... Yeah, I feel that. Anyways, thanks for coming on this Killer Marathon series. I appreciate you being the first episode.
My pleasure. Thanks for having me.
No worries. I don't really know how to end it, but I guess bye? Is bye good? Like, do we say... can you please... how about if you could ask people to like and subscribe and smash the bell and leave comments. Just all that stuff, if you could... do me, because I don't think they do it when I asked. I don't think I demand enough respect, but I think someone as handsome as you maybe will actually get through to them.
So guys, if you liked what you see and heard, press subscribe, like, share it with your friends.
Yep.
It
do
really
it.
Helps
Listen
us.
to Rudd.
It helps us a lot.
Yeah.
And for every like and subscribe,
what he said.
You get one wink.
One wink? Oh wow. Okay. I'm gonna have to end it there. I'm gonna get. Oh, I dropped my controller. I'm flustered.